So try this dance, move it like you own it. She's shaking those pants. I like it when you show it. Shoot me that glance, tells me that you know it. You're my true romance. Don't blow it. Alright, we reached the end. Final destination 5. So, okay, we made it here in 2 days. That's spectacular. So what's the story? The story is it's basically the same story as the last 4, with some stuff mixed in. So this time it's a collapsing bridge, and people die, but people are saved because Sam, played by Nick D'Agosto, whatever, he has a vision. He saves his girlfriend, and a few others come off the bus with him, and yeah. So then death comes after them one by one. It's the same thing in all 5 films, but there's a little bit of a twist in this. One, we get the return of Tony Todd as William Bloodworth. And he shows up from time to time because he is the mortician. He shows up when the deaths happen. Also, as it goes for a cast, I think this is the first cast since maybe the second film that really had notable names. You have Nick D'Agosto, who's been in other things. David Koechner, Miles Teller, who played Tom Cruise in superhero movie. I can fly. And he also sings that song that I sang at the beginning of this, because the reason I sang that, it's not in a movie or anything, but he did a music video with the cast from this show, and it's a throwback to Saved by the Bell, so that's why I kind of, and Courtney B. Vance plays Block. Now this one is close to the original for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, we got the FBI presence in this, as there's actually an FBI investigation going on for the first time since the first fucking movie. I know there was some cop interference in the second film, but that went away pretty quickly. I mean, there was some cop presence in that. There's some police presence in that with the getting Isabel and that one stupid deputy and stuff, but it wasn't the FBI actually looking at the case. Here, we have Agent Block, played by Courtney B. Vance, investigating the case. So, there's that. And there's another thing that ties it to the original, and we'll get to that. So, the kills. Let's get to the kills, okay? My favorite kill is Candace. Sorry, Candace, but it is. She's a gymnast, and they tease you with this little screw that came off, but it ends up being someone else that does it. They not go with the powder. It hits her, flips, and bends backwards, basically. And it's horrific, and it's wonderful all at the same time. You also got, what other kills are there? Cannot remember. You also got Don't Fuck with Buddha. PJ, or whatever his name is in this, Isaac. He's played by PJ Byrne, but Isaac, he's a douche. After his colleagues have died, he steals a coupon for a free massage, and he goes to that place, and he makes fun of this Buddha statue, right? And when that happens, there's a fire. He has those acupuncture needles, but he falls on them, a fire happens, but he gets killed when Buddha falls from the shelf and squashes his head. Don't fuck with Buddha, son. That's what I'm saying. The eyeball one is probably there's the kills in these that are probably the least believable in some of them. In the first one, it was Val Lewton's death. Alcohol isn't flammable, that's 100 proof, and vodka probably wasn't. In the second film, it was probably the combined kill of Kat and Rory. As it would happen like that, that's 1 in a million. And in the third one, it was most likely the horse and the thing going through. Fourth one, Hunt, which was my favorite one of that one. But here, it is, of course, the LASIK eye surgery burning your eye. The lasers on the LASIK can never get that hot to burn your eye like that. No matter how much it's tampered with, it cannot get that hot. So, that's been disproved before. Okay. There's some other kills. Kind of meh. There's, Dennis is a quick kill. And the Roy, he's killed, but we're talking about that because, okay, so they talk to Bloodworth, and Bloodworth tells them that if you were to kill someone who is not supposed to die, you would take their life, and you live as long as they're supposed to live. One, not only is that risky, but two, can't happen. We've seen in previous films that if you're not supposed to die, you won't die. Eugene, right? Eugene tried to kill himself with a fully loaded gun and could not kill himself because it was not his turn. George, in the fourth film, as crappy as that film is, he tried killing himself several times, could not do it. So if they're not supposed to die, then you can't do it. The only thing I can think of is the two instances we have is they say at the end that Roy had a blood clot or something like that. He was going to die any day anyway. So that's why he died, because he was close to death. Buck, probably going to die in the shootout anyway. Then maybe that's when he was supposed to die. Who knows? But I'm just saying. It doesn't make any sense with the rest of the film. As cool as it was to see Tony Todd, this rule does not fit. They needed some kind of hook, because we had, and they needed some kind of thing to keep this more relevant. So, the showdown has them talking with Miles Teller, or not Miles, is it Miles Teller? Miles Fisher, my bad. Miles Fisher. They're down to those three. He kills Block, and then he's going after Molly because she's the only one of the main characters, and this is the first. She's the only one of the main characters that didn't die in his vision. So she's supposed to survive. That's different. And so he's going after her to take her life. Well, he kills Block, so he gets Block's life. Well, then Sam kills him, and so he gets Block's life. And then we get a twist. A twist that could be sort of foreseen, as this has connections to the first film. First of all, this takes place in America, but Sam is a chef at a French restaurant. A French restaurant that is the very same restaurant that has a French counterpart that in the first film, the sign came down and whacked Carter. That same restaurant. I thought it was a nice touch. And what really is a nice touch, that brings it back to the first at the end. This whole movie they're talking about, he's going to go to France and he's going to work at that restaurant there. And he's going to take Molly with him. And at the end, they're on the plane. And then we cut to the other side of the plane and we see the scuffle from the beginning of the first film. That's right, they're on Flight 180 from the first film. And the restaurant they're going to is the same restaurant where the sign comes down and hits Carter later in that film. At the end of the film. There's the connection. It's a fucking prequel. And that would have been amazing to see that in the theater. I did go to see it in the theater, but my dumbass decided to look on Wikipedia for information and found the whole fucking synopsis and decided to read it, not knowing that fantastic twist was there. And I had a holy shit moment and then a kick myself in the ass moment because I should have waited to see that in the theater. I would have shit my pants. And of course they die because it's Flight 180. And then you get a whole, throwback to the other films, people dying in the other films. With, at the end, you see Tony Todd walking and doing the thing or whatever. It's pretty cool. And it led people to ask, what is Tony Todd's role? They've said before, Tony Todd is not Death. But could he be one of his Reapers? We'll never know because they're planning on rebooting the franchise instead of continuing it. I think they should just keep continuing, especially if they're going to have Tony Todd come back. But this is a good film. I'm going to give it 8. It's the first film since the second one that I really felt embodied the franchise. Third one was okay. Second one, the third one is good. The fourth one is okay, meh. But this is the first one since the second one that really kind of, especially with that twist, that connected itself. So it gets an 8 out of 10 for me. So what are your thoughts on Final Destination 5? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. See you in the next one.